and I'm going to be talking to you about political advertising and information. Most of us hardly think, well, why do I need to learn about political advertising and how the election process works? It's important to know because in today's modern world, the United States is made for political information. Political information and debates are talked every day. You might not know it, but there are people that talk about political beliefs every day. I've done extensive research to inform you as my audience as much details as I can so you understand more about how the political information works. Today I will be introducing you to the two main parties, the Democrats and the Republicans, and what their beliefs are. I will also be talking about how the House of Representatives serve you as American citizens and fulfill the duties of the presidency and the VP of the United States of America. Throughout the election, there are two candidates that represent each party. There's a candidate that represents the Republican and there's a candidate that represents the Democrat. Those two candidates, of course, believe in two different reasons to serve the United States of America, and they want to better the U.S. The Republicans believe in religion, pro-life, pro-guns, small government, and lower taxes. They also believe in economic. Economic is a big part of today's modern world. The United States is the number one country known for trading within other countries of the United States. The Democrats also believe in pro-choice, higher taxes, large government, and they also believe in the LGBTQ community, which stands for the gay rights. Most of us probably know when Barack Obama became president in 2016, he passed a law for the LGBTQ community to get married throughout any state. It can either be within church, and it can either be with the state, which is the judge. Anyone who turns down those couples can get a fine and be in trouble with the House of Representatives because once again, he passed it as a law. Now that I talked to you and now that you understand more about how the two parties work, I'm going to move forward and how the House of Representatives serve you as American citizens and how they become congressmen and congresswomen. Now, every 4 years there's an election, as we may know. The House of Representatives represent the president and its party that the president is standing for. Like in this election in 2020 between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, there were House of Representatives, which are candidates running to select for the House. Those candidates follow the president into office and make sure that they believe in what the president believes also. Because if not, they can be conflict with the United States of America. In Article 2 in the Constitution, the president is responsible to execution and enforce created by the Congress. Some of y'all don't know that the president is the head leader of the government of the United States and is the commander-in-chief of armed forces. Being commander-in-chief of the armed forces means that he is able to say and give the go to war if it's necessary for the United States. He only does that when the United States gets threats from other countries. Then he gives the right as the commander-in-chief for the military to be sent out and fight for our country. The House of Representatives are referred as congressmen and congresswomen, as I stated. The Vice President of the United States works with the House of Representatives to make sure that the president is knowing every detail throughout the country. Among the other duties that the House of Representatives represents is introduce new bills, resolutions, offer amendments, and serve communities. The House of Representatives are the ones to ensure the president that they are able to pass new laws. But the president does have a say-so if he's going to sign off the new law. When the House of Representatives gets a 2/3 of a majority votes to pass the law, the bill gets put on the president's desk. Now it is up to the president to ensure if he's going to veto the bill or pass it. Veto means to deny the bill, which won't become a law. Now you know the details between the two parties, the House of Representatives, and the duties of the Vice President and the President of the United States. The VP is the majority cabinet. The Vice President needs to be able to be ready to be president if the president is no longer to fulfill the duties of the United States of America. In 1804, when the election happened every 4 years, most of us might think, well, how do we get a VP? How do we get a president? It worked the same way. There was 2 different parties, but the thing that was different was getting a vice president for the United States. The second candidate with the highest votes automatically became vice president. As I close my presentation about speaking to you about political information and how the election process works, throughout the presentation I've spoken about 3 different types, which were the 2 parties, House of Representatives, and the duties of the President of the United States. I hope you were able to understand the information and the data as I provided to you. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments.